I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going.
Viral.
All right.
Thanks. How do you celebrate Black History Month?
Today is the.
It is.
I think it's
How
the
do you
beginning of it, February.
Yeah.
How do I celebrate it?
Well,
Wow.
let me be more specific.
Hmm.
As a white person, how do you celebrate it? How should a white person celebrate it? These are conundrums. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, an American white person. Yeah.
Most
All right.
American holiday.
Here you go. And this is where I come from. And I almost had this discussion last night, but it didn't happen.
Let's have it now.
All right. I'm a white person. I know I'm a white person. There are Black people out there. Okay. And I am not a Black person, so I do not know what it's like to have Black skin, to be wherever in England. I've been to England, to be in New York, to be downtown Orlando, wherever. So I do not know what it's like to be a Black person. I can only imagine. I can only think to myself what it's like to be a Black person, especially in the South, or in a place, any place for that matter. I had a person say to me once, if a Black man was dressed with his baggy pants and long shirt, a hoodie on, and gold in his teeth, and he's walking down, let's say, suburbia America, do you think that he would be pulled over or look suspicious? Mine was like, yes, he would look suspicious. Then she said, what if that same Black man had perfect teeth? He had a briefcase. He had an expensive Armani suit. He just held himself. Would he be suspect in a suburbia? And I said, probably not. I said probably. I was like, okay, I get the point. She says, we are prejudiced of clothing, not of the color of people's skin.
Boy, that sounds like that feels like a real oversimplification.
Okay. No. I understand it. I understand it. The point is, at that time, I kind of believed. I was like, oh yes, we do. All right, we are prejudiced of clothing. Got it. If a white person was dressed the same way in suburbia, and a white person dressed with suit and tie, there are nuances there with Black people. When you're Black, there is, and I've only noticed this within the past about 5 years, that there is a bias towards Black people. There is a fear that maybe some white people have towards Black people. And what I do, I say I'm prejudiced. And this is how I deal with it. I'm prejudiced on the other end, which means when I see a Black person, I'm going to acknowledge them. I'm going to let them know that they're being seen, not that they're being shunned at all. It's like, hey, because I feel in a country that they live in. I don't know if they had that so much in England, possibly. In a country that we live in, there is race bias just because they are Black. So,
And it's systemic. That's the big issue, that it's built into systems where even as we culturally change, like you're doing, like you got a cultural difference than a lot of other white folks, it's still built into systems that make it harder to get jobs, make it harder to get loans from banks, make it I mean, the data is overwhelming. Black kids in elementary school are 3 times more likely to be suspended than white kids for the same infraction. They actually compared the similarity of the infraction. It's things like that, and that just develops over time. It's in the psyche.
Yeah. So what is the change? I mean, is the change to have more Black administrators? Is that it? More Black teachers, more Black school board members, more Black superintendents? Is that it? More Black police officers? would there be less of a bias because of that? Because what we're talking about is a bias. It is a bias because of a color, because of whatever people have a fear of, or they're different, or prejudice. Yeah. Um, I mean, I would say I come back to this all the time. We all have to make love, and our color of our skin will
All be the same.
change to one color. So back to your original question, how do I celebrate Black History Month? I think I celebrate it every time I see a Black person, and that is I acknowledge them. Hey, I see you. Basically, I see you. And it's not I see you like you're going to steal my wallet. It's like I see you as a person.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to go up and like
Yeah.
do the old, hey, now I see.
Yeah. And I mean, I didn't want that to sound like I was racist. And I know I've said racist things in the past. I might have already said something racist already to someone Black watching this show right now. I hope not. However, I try to I try to go the other way with that.
I like personally, I like Black History Month for two reasons. The history. I think it's so important to understand history because things are a certain way today, but the reason why they are, if you understand the reasons why there's systemic bias, you can actually help undo some of those things. You could be part of the solution. And then that's history, but the other part is awareness. It's also for me, Black Awareness Month. It's like you said, it's noticing, it's becoming aware of some of the bias and not taking part in it and speaking out against it, not being silent and complicit with it.
Right. I have heard a radio story which they had white supremacists get their 23andMe genetics done, and they found out that they had some Black in them, and
Okay.
and there was this like rage because no, I'm not Black, I'm all white. And that comes back to my point of like, we just need to love each. I mean, physically, let's have babies. Let's all get together and have babies. When a white supremacist, and I'm only guessing this, has a son and the son marries a woman of color and those kids are brownish colored, the white supremacist grandfather can either love the grandchild or not. The point is, when we look into each other's eyes, we are all the same. You are my brother, you are my sister. I mean, that's very kumbaya. However, yeah, we're basically the same. And
It's also practical. It's also practical. In fact, instead of Black History Month, we need to make it Brown History Month. We needed to get the mixture like you're talking about. No more black or white, just brown. Everyone mocha color. I don't know what the right.
yeah. And then
flavor.
I'm sure I know that Spike Lee did a film. I don't remember the name of the film, and it was about the colors of. It was a college. It was the colors of Black, and how there was even some prejudice within the colors of. You're too white. You're too Black. You're too blue. Whatever. And I just thought that was a great take on how we will. I think though, as humans, and it's too bad it's this way. We will find ways to differentiate against. No,
Right.
that's not
Yeah.
me. That's no. They're too white. They have blue eyes. They have brown hair. They have blonde. They're blondes. Oh my God, how many blonde jokes do you have?
I got a few. I
Blonde.
won't say anything. No. I won't say anything. But
You're
yeah, we all
prejudiced.
want to be unique. We all want to be unique, just like everyone else, right?
And you know what? We are unique. However, collectively, we're human. I mean, this is who we are, people. Yeah. So yeah, my Black History Month begins January 1st and it ends December 31st for me.
All right.
Every
So
year.
there's no gap there. There's no.
No, there's no gap. I have Airbnb. I mean, you can't, you are not allowed to be prejudiced. And I've had people of color, brown people, Hispanic people, and yeah, I mean, people are people. People are people. What good is
It's
it? Something
a
like
good
that.
song.
So yeah, here you go. Here's my question though: is there a Brown History Month or a Hispanic History Month?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I
I don't
don't.
know if there's Hispanic. Brown, I don't think so, but we're working
No,
towards it, right? We're going to mingle, we're going to intermix, and it's going to go from black to brown, from
right,
white
right.
to brown, right?
So what other months we have? We have Breast Awareness Month.
Yeah.
So so we
Supposed to think
have.
about boobies the entire time, I think. Like it's that's their joke, not mine. That's
Oh, really?
I don't want to get in
All right.
trouble.
What do we have? What do we have for October? Is there October? Oh, October is Breast Awareness Month. So January. What about January? What do we have for January? Is that President's Month? Because I think President's Day is in January.
It is. Maybe
March
it's
is.
just maybe it's just winter stay in your freaking house month because it's too
That's
September. I know September.
what's that?
Life Insurance Awareness Month.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. I guess a lot of people die that month, right? Yeah.
probably. Or they realize that someone else died and they're screwed.
I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd places going.
Viral.
Yeah, there we go.